Well, here we are checking hives in knee-deep snow. Just about, or now that it's settled down a bit, it's kind of about halfway up the boxes, which are sitting on 4-inch pallets. So, something like a pretty solid foot of snow. Apparently there's more on the way, so there's no point in waiting. So we're putting in strips. Some of these got pollen patties already, some of them didn't. I was doing that in the dark before the storm. Oh, that one I did already. I guess we should have brought snowshoes. These themselves, this batch looked pretty good. You can see they're tucking into that pollen patty that was put in a week ago. So I'm okay with that. And we're just gonna, I'm glad I put those patties in so they had something to eat while the weather was frightful. Now I'm putting in strips, and we're just gonna go from there. It's fairly, you can feel that patty feels warm on top. They're looking after themselves, they're fine. My guess is when we find a hive that's marked weak, it's now going to be marked dead, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so that's the kind of fun time we're having today. Borrowed my brother's gator, and he was kind enough to push a path for us with his skid steer to get into this site. So it's good. Make sure you look after your landowner as well, because there's going to be a time when you really need them to treat you well in return. Here's one here. W marks weak, and you can see that these have starved. Not really starved. I mean, what killed them is starvation, because they weren't able to keep themselves warm enough to feed themselves. So that's it for them. That's a hive I've been into a month ago on schedule. We easily could have saved that with different tricks and tips that I've shared. But when the weather's against you, I can't even make my pen work. There's not much you can do. This one here, we fed it before, so it must have been, we felt close to going down for lack of feed. Yeah, they do look hungry. You can see how in there, when you look down, I don't know if that'll show from camera or not, but I see lots of empty cells. There is feed out on the outside, but whether they can get to it when the weather is so foul. So that's why I give one like that, I give a tail to. Now I'm just gonna pop some strips in there. And the pail back. And that's the kind of fun we're having today.